Hey, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
All right. So, Leli, where are you from? Where's home? Where were you born?
So I was born in New Jersey, raised in Miami,
Okay.
and I'm Dominican, both parents.
Well, parents, so that means you can really bachata.
Yes, I can dance all type of music.
All type of music.
Yeah, it's like my favorite thing to do.
Okay. Okay. So when did you fall in love with creativity? Like, when did you know that acting? Yeah.
6 years old. Yeah, I was in a show called Sao Gigante.
Okay.
I was super shy though, so it was weird because I wasn't part of the kids that would like talk or anything like that. I was more of like part of like the kids that would imitate celebrities in that time. So like
Okay.
Paulina Rubio, which is a big Mexican pop star.
Okay.
Shakira was in her early days, but yeah, and that was just basically like my beginnings.
When was your first talent show?
Well, that was part of the talent shows. But then after in school, I wouldn't exactly remember when it was, but I remember my outfit. I was wearing a silver, shiny, really tight like pants, a little bra, and like a little like vest, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I was 9 years old, and I had like a fake hair, and it popped off. That's the only reason why I remember that. Like
Okay.
But yeah, no, since I was little, we would put on shows for family parties, for Christmas, Thanksgiving. Like, that was just our thing. The Cheetah Girls, like any little girl group, me and my cousins would be like on it.
Oh wow. I feel like as an entertainer, like there's a shell moment, what I call a shell moment, where you're kind of nervous to perform in front of people, but then something breaks and you can just rock at any time.
Yes.
So when was
I
your
think,
like shell moment?
I think for everyone, honestly, I would say it was theater.
Okay.
We were doing a comedy of Romeo and Juliet, and I was like an understudy. I wasn't the main person that's supposed to do it, but the girl got sick, luckily for me, and I was supposed to learn it 3 days before. So it was like a challenge because I was like, what if I forget? They had been practicing for months, and I had 3 days. I loved it. It was so much fun, and it was that moment like before getting on, I was nervous, but then getting on, it was like, oh, I got this.
Do you feel like living in Miami kind of like boosts your creative juices? Like it kind of, like they say, like you become your surroundings. Like, does it help to, like, I guess, inspire you more? Like, because the Latin culture here, there's so much creativity here. Do you feel like being here kind of helps that, or do you see like kind of LA like?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Miami is so diverse. So yeah, you get, different things from different people and a lot of cultures, and you learn so much from like parts of the world. It doesn't really feel like you have to leave Miami to be able to like know different things about the world. Like you kind of just have it all here,
Yeah.
like in the mix. But I feel like where it really tested my creativity was in LA.
Oh yeah.
Because in LA is like everyone is just everything is just a lot bigger. Like
How long were you out there?
7 years.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was there from 17 till 24.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the competition is just like every day. Like every day somebody's competing for that. And
Yeah. Well, that's the thing that like in LA, honestly, the days you're off, you feel like you're not doing anything with your life. And that's like you have to be on like even on Sundays, like you're always hustling, you're always working. And even like the hangouts, even with like your friends, everyone's in a creative mindset that like even your days off or like while we're watching a movie. I mean, that's how the whole comedy sketch, thing came about when I started doing skits for like online. It was really off just hanging out with my friends, and then we would come up with ideas and like, let's just shoot it, with our phones and whatever. We would get creative. But I think that's where I got tested so much because, you go to a big city to like follow your dreams, whatever, but it's so competitive and there's so many things and people out there for the same reasons that you feel like you have to always kind of like beat yourself, like challenge yourself more every time,
Yeah, I definitely feel like that. Like, for example, like I feel like you made it, like you're at the top, and
Not yet.
No,
We haven't made it yet.
I think you're there. I think I don't know. I've been in creative industry for a long time, and I've met a lot of people, and if you're not there right now, you like one day away. Like you
100%,
one step.
I feel that. Yeah.
Right. So like having this like massive following and just having all this talent. Like, what would you say to somebody that is 17 that's like saying, I'm not going to. Nobody really checking for me. Like, what would you say to her, like, to keep her motivated?
Well, I'm gonna tell you the advice I actually gave one of my best friends when she first started. You have to just say yes to everything and keep going. And for me, that helped me because when you're busy, you don't think about anything. You don't have time to think. Like when you're busy and you're doing things and you're always, I feel like when we're home and we're thinking about the future or the reason why something didn't work out, that's where you're kind of bringing yourself down every day, you know, and little by little you kind of like dig yourself deeper, and then that's it, to a point that you just like give up and you just don't want to do it anymore. But I think that when you are always active and you're always working towards your craft, like, I mean, I don't think there's a reason why you'd fail, and it doesn't even matter if you fail, you know, because you're always on. Like, for example, I got a call a couple of weeks ago for an audition that I was very passionate about, that I really wanted this role. And they called me. This is the first time that they called me to actually tell me that I didn't book it. Normally they don't call you, they don't tell you anything. And I got a little butthurt in the moment, but I had so many other things going on that I was so happy about, that I was like, you know what, things happen for a reason, because I would have had to go 3 months without being able to do this or whatever. So I didn't stop. You know, if I would have just stopped because of this one opportunity and I didn't get it, then of course I would have been down and would have been like, that's it, I'm not doing this anymore, you know. But if you're putting yourself, like, you know, dipping yourself in every little thing, then I don't think there's a reason why you'd stop, because there's always something gonna come towards you. You know, something's gonna work.
Whoever didn't cast you, me and the homies gonna find him and jump him. Like, he should be fired. Like, if he didn't cast you, there's nowhere else to go.
Well, no, I feel like sometimes it's a role, right? So some things it might not be the right look, or especially because it was reenactment of a big, like, Dominican artist.
Yeah.
So it could have been a look thing. It could have been a lot of things. But either way, like for me in LA, especially when I first started, I would overbook myself. I would be everywhere. And I think it's like word of mouth. When you start seeing someone doing a little bit of everything, you're kind of like, wait, who is this person? Like, you kind of, it creates curiosity. And for me, like, you know, I was very, now, you know, once you get to a certain point, then yes, you start being a little more selective, because obviously now your work has a value or whatever it is, and then now you can start pick and choosing. But when you're starting, when you're 17 and you're on the grind, like, you can't pick and choose. This is not about, oh, how much you're gonna pay me, or how much am I like, no. Like, I had a friend that she was like, oh no, you know, they're paying so-and-so 1,000. I was like, yeah, but you're not so-and-so yet.
Right.
You know, you have to put in the work, because if you're known, maybe these people know you, but maybe they know you as the party girl or, you know, beautiful girl. But if you don't show your talent, if you don't show what you can do, and you put in the work, then how do they, you know, why would they pay you the amount that, you know, of someone that actually has put in the work, or that they know what they're paying for, you know?
You moved out there by yourself? You just picked up and left?
Yeah, well, it all happened because I graduated high school, and the boyfriend at the time was going to study medicine in another country, and I always wanted to do my thing, and I was like, I'm not moving to that country, so I'm gonna go, you know. So I sold my car, and I told my mom, I was like, I want to go to LA. This is something that I've always wanted to do, and she actually came with me the first year, to kind of set me up, because I was 17. But then once, and Dominican mothers are very, you know, Latin mothers are very, you know, protective. So she made sure I was good, and then nothing. I started interning in production companies and going to school and just kind of everywhere. And then after, when she felt like I was settled, she left me alone. But I think that's really when it started for me, when she left.
Gotcha.
Because having her there, I was kind of comfortable, you know?
Yeah, man. So going back to, like, the look, like, obviously you're in great shape. Skin is like that. Like, what's some of your secrets that you keep yourself so thin and everything so perfect? Like, do you work out a lot? Do you eat healthy, vegan? Like, everybody in Miami is vegan.
No. No. So physically, I've always been very athletic. Like, I was in cheerleading, dance my whole life. Played softball. I was a pitcher, which I loved, by the way.
Okay.
So I was always very active. But when it comes to food, like, I'm Dominican, and I love my rice. I love my plantains, and I don't leave that for anything. Like,
man, you haven't gained the weight. You haven't gained
no, and I eat that every day. Like, if I don't eat rice in a day, then I don't eat. Like, that's how I eat.
Every day.
Every day I eat. There's like not a day. If there's a day that I don't eat rice, then I'm eating pasta or I'm eating potatoes. But like, I always eat carbs. Like, which is funny, because everybody's like, and maybe I'd be skinnier if I did it, but I do work out a lot. Like, I love doing cardio, anything. Like, I move a lot. Like, from the moment I wake up, I'm like dancing or running, and one of, like, I think my little secrets, everyone works out this, like, people will write to me and they're like, everyone works out at the gym. Leli works out in the sauna. Like, I literally love the sauna. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Even in Miami, it is a sauna.
Yeah, but I'll literally go in the morning, and I'll do like ab workouts in the sauna.
Yeah.
And it's just because and the reason why, the funny thing is that it's not really about the sauna, it's more about the fact that I don't really sweat.
Right.
So when I'm in the sauna and I'm working out, I actually sweat. So I feel like I got more done So it's kind of the reason why. And I don't know, for some reason, like, I don't know if it's the heat, I don't know what it is. It makes me very like it wakes me up.
See, I used to think the same way until one of my friends told me I actually do. I used to think like, yeah, man, I don't sweat. I can go run forever, and I'm like, boy, you stink. Like, you know, like, so has anybody ever told you that, like, you know, you got the secret juice to everything? Like, they tell you that, right?
No.
Your friends don't tell you that? They don't say, I wanna look like you, I wanna dress like you?
No, because a lot of my friends look good too. Like, if anything, I have friends that are super skinny and like have like abs, like perfect abs that never work out in their life, and I'm like, I don't know how to do. Like, I mean, I'm just very active. I know that helps me. And then when I do get, and I call it fluffy, like when I'm getting like a little bit of weight, or like on Christmas that I'm eating like crazy and I'm working out, then I'll just go a couple days with not eating at night.
Okay.
Like after a certain time, I just won't eat, and then whatever I eat like a lot less, you know, and stuff like that. And then honestly, skin and hair, it just was recent that I started taking care of it, because everyone used to ask me like, what do you use? What's your skincare routine and whatever? And I was like, I don't have none. Like, I literally would always take off my makeup, wash my face with like regular soap, not like, well, face wash, and that's it, and use moisturizer. But then all of a sudden, like a month ago, I started like breaking out and having like I guess my face got irritated. Not anymore, obviously, because I started doing everything.
Right.
And now I have like a whole routine. Now I have like my soap and my moisturizer and my oil and my vitamin E and my tea tree oil. Like, I have all this stuff now.
Is that every day too?
Now I'm doing it every day. Now, I never used to, if I don't know how, I went to some class actually for skincare, and they said something that it was like a ridiculous amount of like people that don't use sunblock, and I was like, yeah, that's me too. Like, I never in my life used sunblock. Now is that I'm starting, because I'm like, okay, wait, I'm 27, I have to take care of my skin. I don't want to look old and young, so let me, you know. But really, like, I never really did anything before. So I think, like, I don't know, maybe luck, I don't know, good genes, I don't know. But I think also is the food too. Like, I don't eat bad. I drink a lot of water. I don't like sodas, or I do like juices, but more like natural juices. So I guess maybe, I mean, they say also like it has to do with what you eat. So I guess maybe it all goes hand in hand. Like.
All right, so let's talk about the hair. I mean, the hair is obviously.
Yeah, my hair is
we
a situation.
But the situation is, I think, Aqua. So I want to talk to us a little bit about this brand. Avi, when he built it, he had like one philosophy, and that was to be, you know, the best quality hair in the world.
Okay.
And when I look at your hair, it is still beautiful. But I think with women now today, especially like here in South Florida, they get their hair done for a day, and in 2 days they start to notice that the hair is not. Does that ever happen to you before?
All the time. Yeah, no, my hair actually is the only thing that I've been really working hard at, because, I mean, since I was like 12, 13, I don't know, I've been dyeing my hair, you know, like from blonde. I mean, recently, last year I had it red, then I went to blonde, then it's just been so many things. Then I did some like treatment that burned my hair when I went to DR, and it's been like the past 6 months, it's been like, don't touch my hair. Like, I've been, you know, using a lot of products, a lot of treatments, a lot of home like remedies, like avocado and honey and all the stuff my grandma like makes that usually, you know, works. But yeah, now is really when I've been starting to take care of my hair. But regardless, like, because, you know, I'm in the scene and I'm doing so many things all the time, and I apply so much heat, like, it's just hard for me to grow my hair. Like, there's no way.
All right, well, that's what Aqua is for. So we're gonna have when Zovia gets back, we're gonna have her style you up. This is her salon, by the way. I don't know if we said that. It's very beautiful, isn't it? I like how she put it. Very pretty. She put it on the ocean. All right. So what would you say? 2022 is getting ready to end. Not a couple months. What would you say if you had one last goal to knock out before December? What would it be?
Oof, drop a song with a video.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I can continue to drop music, but definitely before the year ends, I want to drop this one song that I'm like crazy about. So
you want to sing? Because I saw you got some bars now. I saw you flowing in with the freestyle.
Yeah.
So what would you do?
I don't want to sing the songs that are coming out, but I mean, I can.
Okay. I know you got your own style. Yeah. Would you rap it on it, or would you kind of like do like a Nicki sing and rap?
For what?
For your song that you want to put out.
Well, I'm more of like if I can compare myself, I don't like comparing myself, but if I can compare myself to an artist, I would be like the female version of Drake.
Okay, so you can sing and rap.
Yeah, because
Well, you definitely can rap.
Yeah, like I rap like a guy.
Yeah, you definitely can rap.
But then I like singing, but not singing like I'm
Like Mariah, something like that.
exactly. I'm not
Yeah.
Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
No, I'm more of like kind of like our Drake. He's kind of like it's like a certain tone. It's like, and I have a raspy voice too, so it's like.
I think you're a little bit more versatile than that. Like he's a great artist, but he's kind of.
Well, yeah, I agree. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a woman. At the end of the day, like my voices obviously can go a little higher than a guy's, obviously. But what I'm saying is, I like more of a vibe when it comes to music.
Yeah.
You know, like
So give the
singing,
people, like,
like I'll leave it to Adele. You know.
Okay,
You
yeah.
know, but for me, it's more like I like to dance. So if I can continue to make music that I can dance to and perform,
Right.
like that's more my thing. Like I'm more of a performer. Like I want to be able to put on a show. You know?
All right, one artist in the world before you die, I have to do a feature with who?
Oh man, but I have a list.
Just give me three.
3?
Yeah.
Okay. Romeo Santos,
Okay.
Drake.
Okay.
Fuck, can I say 2 more?
All right, well, let's do 5 then.
Okay, no, I'll do one more.
No, five. So you got two so far. 3, right?
Yeah, 3.
3. Okay.
Bad Bunny.
Okay.
And then this is not actually a song, but I would do a movie with her, J-Lo.
I think that would be a dope song though.
I mean, it could be a song too, but I just feel like a movie with her. I mean, a movie and a song. It could be like one of those like singing movies, you know? Like, I don't know.
I see you and
Putting
J-Lo
it out
putting
there.
together like a massive hit though.
Yeah.
I see you and Romeo killing it too. I see you out of those 5 you said, I see you and J-Lo and you and Romeo with like a everlasting like song.
Like an iconic.
Like an iconic.
Yeah.
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 Because he's from DR too, right?
Mm-hmm. He's
Yeah.
Dominican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be like.
And then her, just because I identify myself with her a lot, and like just the way her career, the things she does, like I'm trying to do both. You know, I'm doing both. So like,
I'm gonna go ahead and say that you are the next J-Lo. I'm gonna go ahead and be the first to say
You're
that.
gonna call
On film, I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there. So when you win your first Grammy and your first Oscar, just make sure I got a polite but nice front seat, and just say that he put this in the universe. Yeah, man. All right, so like you said that one thing that lasts with you is that your wig fell off in your first performance, like something like that.
I was 9 years old, yes,
9
but
years
it wasn't a wig. It was una cola. What's it called? A ponytail.
A ponytail.
Yeah.
Okay, we got those coming up too. Right now we just with extensions, but ponies are real important.
Okay.
So the question I have for you, like when you go get your hair done in a salon, like I feel like women don't do this. Like, do you actually like ask the stylist, are they certified to do like what you need done, like extensions, or no? You just get it done. I think that's a lot. I think that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing.
You know what? I don't, and I think it's just because based off their work that I've
Mm-hmm.
seen. You know, like I also go to a salon a couple times and see what they've done to other people before I kind of like, you know.
Right.
But for the most part, like if little by little I kind of start building that trust. Like if I ask them to do, I don't know, like I want to clear, you know, the toner thing, whatever, it's for shine, and then they do it and it comes out pretty, then I'm like, okay. And then I go to Dominican salon. And Dominican salons, like they do rollers and they do all that stuff, and they're very like protective
There's one
of
big
hair.
one here in Brickell. I heard like there's like the #1 for Dominican salons.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
The one I go to is in Coral Gables, but yeah, so, you know, like they're so, I mean, Dominicans are actually known for being like really good hairstylists too. So because we have like naturally curly hair, I mean, not me anymore, but I used to have very curly hair. So, you know, they're used to like having a pull hair and really like, you know, they believe more in using a blow dryer than like irons and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
they will leave my hair nice without using an iron, basically,
Do
you know?
use any tools yourself at your house?
Of course, 100%.
Yeah,
All of them.
what you rocking with at the crib?
All of them.
All of them?
No, I use them all. I use blow dryers, straightener, curlers, the crimper thing, whatever, crumper. I don't know what it's
Okay.
called, but whatever
Yeah,
that thing.
yeah.
I don't try to use that thing as much because I feel like that one burns your hair the most. But I like trying like new things and whatever, adding color, like color extensions because I can't dye my hair right now. So.
All right, let's go back to a question. Like, I feel, and this is real in Miami. When a woman has her hair done like perfectly, she's more social, and you can tell like even if a guy thinks your hair looks nice, if she feel look like shit, she's curbing you no matter what. Like you could be in a Lambo, pull over and just be like, hey, nice to meet you. If she feels like she can be like, hey, fuck you, I don't want to talk to you right now. Do you feel that's true?
I agree, but I don't think that's just Miami. I think like anywhere, anyone.
Not up north though. Not too much because everybody's in yoga pants all day. Like,
Actually, you're right, because in LA, I used to go out all the time in sweats and like I didn't care. Like we all dressed the same, you know, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, and
Shit,
LA
we'd even
too.
go out in sweats and heels, just like whatever.
Right.
You know, here people are more like
They dressed up here.
they dress up a little bit more here,
they dressed up
100%.
here.
My mom actually pointed that out when we moved to LA. She's like, I don't like that nobody here dresses up. Like I'm always, because my
It's super
mom
chill.
is a person that she's going to the grocery store and even her like sandals have heels, and I'm like, put on some sneakers, you know. She's very like that, but she's very Miami like too, you know. But for me, like, I can agree with that, because when I feel good, I mean when I look good and I feel good, and it's like, yeah, sure, like I'm the nicest person. When I don't look good, don't talk to me, because just like, but I think it's also because if I don't look good, it's also because I'm probably in a rush. I'm probably like in work mode.
But he might be a nice guy. He might actually be. I mean, I don't know if you're married or away from, but he actually could be the one though.
Oh, you mean like if they like hit on us? Oh, even when I'm cute, I'm like, I'm not here for it. I don't like to be. I don't know. For me, I don't like meeting people out like that unless they approach me the right way.
So you meet him online or something? Like how would you meet him?
Not online. I just either like. I mean, recently in the past years, the way I've met them, it's always either like in a workspace or.
I feel like that's dangerous.
Or like, well, no, because my job is never like, I don't work a 9 to 5 in a location. You know what I mean? Like I work a project and then, you know what I mean? Like I don't ever work a regular job that I'm always there. Like I don't recommend to date someone that you work with all the time.
Right.
But I know that my kind of job, like for example, I might do this today and then this is not like we're doing this every. You know what I'm saying? So like.
But I tried that, and I think that there's a lot of jealousy in that. There's a lot of jealousy, especially
like dating in the same like.
In the same thing, because if you work in, this is my opinion, if you work in the same industry, like you and I both work in entertainment, and
I never saw it like that.
And then like one day, I do an interview with Becky G, and you be like, y'all a little too friendly, like you back that shit up, like that kind of.
See, but I think someone that doesn't understand your job could actually feel more threatened by it than someone that is. Because, like, for example, if right now I recognize that the guy that I'm dating is in the same thing, that I wouldn't be jealous, because I would expect for him to understand the same thing if right now I'm in the studio with a guy. You know what I mean? So like it's the same thing. I think it's just more of like, that's why people need to work on themselves before they date in general. Because I think like, I mean, that's a whole conversation. This is a whole other podcast if we talk about relationships. That's my favorite topic.
Everything flows in.
That's my favorite
relationships.
topic.
You got to listen. This podcast is about looking good, feeling good, and most importantly, having style. All right, and that flows into everyday life. A relationship is part of everyday life. I don't hold my punches, so I'm gonna like.
No, and you know what? People don't realize that also affects everything in your life as well. Right. Like everyone that's
Let's bring her in. She ready?
She looks so pretty.
Sneaking in. She does look adorable. We're back from a brief intermission. We got champagne flowing. It's time to get into relationships. All right, we start with Alison, because she's been MIA. She was back getting, washed and dry, looking glam as always. All right, Alison, tell us, where are you from? Where you born? Where were you born at?
I'm from St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah? You're from STL? Nellyville?
Yeah.
when did you come to Miami?
I moved to Miami 3 years ago? 3 or 4 years ago.
Kind of fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just hit the scene hard.
Yeah.
What brought you, what's your 305?
Actually, my ex.
Yeah? And you said we going?
What?
He said we're going and you guys just left?
Yeah, well, he lived here, so I moved here, and then now my whole network is intertwined here, so I decided to stay.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing he brought you here. It's a good thing he's your ex too. This is on to the next.
On to the next, yeah.
On to the next. Thank you, next. Okay.
Thank you, next.
So I was asked the same question to Leli here, and I was curious, like, 2022 is getting ready to end. We got a couple months left. Like, if you had one, like, last goal that you can knock out before the end of the year, what would it be?
One last goal?
Yeah, if you had one thing that you want to do that you didn't achieve yet. You might have achieved everything, but if it's just like one that you could have.
Well, I always have my end of the year financial goals, so that's still to be achieved, but we're right on track.
Okay.
I make a vision board at the beginning of every year, so me and all my friends get together and put exactly what we want for the year. And honestly, this year I've done most of the things on my vision board. Okay.
So besides, like, I feel like you kind of at the top of the chain when it comes to modeling here. Like you made, like you're definitely.
I mean, I've worked my way up.
Yeah,
We're getting there.
You definitely did. I I was at swim week and I saw you moving around, and I was like, okay, I definitely want to sit down and chop it up with this one because everybody's saying that she's a go-to.
Yeah, that was my biggest goal this year, was being really involved in swim week. Everybody wants to be the it girl at swim week, so just doing the hustle all year, and we made it happen. So I was like running off of fumes, but it was all good.
Do you feel like you were the it girl swim week?
I don't feel like I was the it girl, but I was in a lot of shows.
At least top 3.
I don't know. I mean, everybody's super elite. Everybody wants to be in the shows during swim week, but I was lucky I only wanted to do a few. My goal was just to be in a few of the big shows, and I ended up doing 15, so that was pretty huge.
Yeah, it was. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Do you feel like it's a challenge because, like, you know, you're not 5'11", 5'10", but you still like
absolutely.
kill it?
Yeah.
How do you get over that and still be able to do 15 shows?
My motto is closed mouths don't get fed.
Hey.
So if you don't ask and you don't put yourself out there, the answer is always going to be no, and you're never going to get it. So the worst they can say is no. And to be honest with you, I wasn't even allowed to cast the previous years. I couldn't even get into the casting because I wasn't 5'8". And this year I went in with the mentality, instead of, oh, I hope I get into a show, I hope I can be in the castings, I had my mindset, I'm going to walk every single day of swim week and we're going to make it happen. So that's the mentality you have to have. And I showed up. There's a couple of shows. It's a huge hustle. You get dropped from shows. You get added to shows. It's a whole thing. I got dropped from a couple, fought for them back, got better ones. It's a whole thing. It's crazy.
So designer drops you and then calls you back?
Yeah.
Dang. That's gotta hurt inside though.
No, it does, but you have to be prepared for that, because swim week is really cutthroat. I mean, there was even one casting I was waiting in line for 5 hours that I was invited to, and then they turned everybody away.
Ooh.
At the end. And everybody was waiting 5 hours. And there were some other models with me that were elite. Like, some of these girls I've seen all over the place that are, like, you know, better than me, like really, really big models, and they turned them away even. It's crazy.
Is it a lot of jealousy involved between the models, like in the casting? Like I feel like, I don't know, like, do you feel like that in Miami too? Like, some people like pretend to be your friend, but then they step on you when they get the chance?
I can't say that because I grew up here, but when it comes to working, I really built like a work friendship in LA. Like I moved here literally a year and a half ago during the pandemic. So before that, I was in high school here. So my friends that are now here, like my friends from high school or new friends that are like I work with, but I don't know. I don't really, I haven't had that experience. So.
Would you say the main culture different, like the main thing between STL and LA?
Oh my gosh, it's a huge culture change. When I first moved here, honestly, I hated it. Yeah? I'm just being honest.
Oh, wow.
I didn't like it. It was a big culture shock for me. I mean, I'm from the Midwest, where my friends are your friends and everybody's very inviting and we have barbecues and all of that. And so I came here with the same mentality, and I remember going out and there would be a group of girls. I'm like, hey, do you guys want to hang out with us? And they're like, no. I'm like,
really?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Like, girls are so mean.
I haven't gone out and met new girls, but
yeah.
You
But
have guy friends?
I do have a lot of guy friends.
You have a lot of guy friends?
I think it was different because I was in a relationship when I came here also. So maybe that was the difference, but it's a very different culture, and, you know, not a lot of customer service here. Just very different. In St. Louis, there's a lot of really strong values as far as like trust and honesty and just being people of integrity, and that doesn't exist in South Florida for the most part.
Not even a little bit, unless you're working.
Yeah, but I do have a really great network now.
No, I'm saying sheesh because I'm like, damn, I grew up here, so I'm like, damn, like we're not being represented right.
Miami.
No,
is
you know, of course not everybody, but overall.
But Miami has changed though, because I'm not gonna lie, growing up here and then being here now is a whole different thing.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Like I left for 8 years and I came back and I was like, or 7 years, and I was like, what happened to everybody? Like even my own friends from back in the day, like it's like a whole other thing. Like they're on a whole other like cloud nine. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's stepping on their shows to be.
Maybe it's because of social media. Everybody wants to be somebody. So
everybody wants to be Leli and Alison.
They'll do whatever it takes. I don't know.
I think I agree. You know what? I heard someone talk about that the other day, and I was like, you know, it's crazy because no one is in a position to applaud anyone anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people are not. Like if right now you're starting, right, or I'm starting, or whatever, obviously it's hard enough being a model, actress, artist, whatever, right? Especially when you're getting your little breaks here and there, but you're still, trying, right? But before, I feel like more people, especially your friends, are kind of there cheering you on, and kind of like now it's kind of like, I could do it too. I could do it. Like and they're not even doing it. They're not doing it.
They can't do it.
Jealous.
They're not doing it. Exactly. That's the funny part. They're not even doing
but
it.
You're not.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like you're acting like you can, but you're not.
I totally feel that. It's one of the things I struggle with in making friends, and I'm so thankful to have a really great network of friends now. But I've had trouble in the past with friends who get really close to me, and we become best friends, and then all of a sudden I start to like sense competitive vibes, and it's like you feel like they're trying to compete with you, and it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. No,
I
totally get it.
Upsetting.
I had a fallout with a friend not too long ago, and it was very weird because I'm like,
what happened?
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's like I feel like this. If there's a little seed of envy, it just like grows and grows and grows, and then it ruins your friendship.
100%. Yep.
Yeah, I feel like Miami is a city where it's just like if you can't be for me, then what's the point? That's the kind of vibe I get here. Unless like you're working together, or you grew up together. But
you know what I think it is too, I feel, is that, like, for example, that's something that people always warned me when I was moving to LA. Everyone's fake there, blah, blah, blah.
oh my God, yes.
But the thing is that I get it, because in LA, everyone's going out there for the same reason, right? So of course it's going to be competitive. I think more so for Miami, at least, is that it wasn't like that before, because there wasn't much, like Miami was just always like the vacation party city, But now, because so many people from different places have moved here, and there's so many things going on, now there's more opportunities. So now it became kind of like a mini LA, mini New York, where like people move here for these opportunities. So it has become more competitive.
That's
I feel
a really good point. I never thought about that.
Yeah, because growing up here, it wasn't like that. But also growing up here, I didn't have the ability to do acting or music or anything like that, because it wasn't as popular. Now, like, most people are moving here because of that,
right.
So I think maybe that's why you might bump into more people like that, and even the people that are from here have become like that too, so I don't know. There's good ones here and there.
Yeah, you have to have a good group of friends. It took me a long time to find good friends. I actually found good friends after competing at Miss Florida USA. That's where all the real ones were, like, honestly. Then they introduced me to people, and now I meet people on jobs and stuff now that I'm doing more modeling and stuff. But I think I met a lot of really great friends at Swim Week, honestly, because everybody's like-minded. Everyone's, out there hustling, not afraid to put themselves out there. So I think there's good value in people like that also.
All right, that being said, we have challenges finding friendships. Do you think that you could find, I don't think LA though, but do you think you could find a real relationship in Miami? Could you meet a guy? No? I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm
recently
single
I don't think so.
in Miami. I've never been single in Miami until now, so I don't know.
I don't think it's real. I don't think it's real. I don't think it's real. I think I'm gonna be real with you. I think guys are looking to smash and dip. I think women looking for the check. That's just my personality in Miami.
I agree.
There's a lot of gold diggers in Miami for sure.
I agree with you. I'm 100% with you on that.
So we're back with relationships in Miami. Layla was saying something important. Well, first, I was saying that, let me talk about my challenges before we go to them. I was saying that it's hard for a brother to find a good girl in Miami because I think, I'm gonna just say from my own two shoes, I'm not like balling, but I'm okay. And I think that when I come through, it's just like, oh, you got a nice car, where mine at? Or you got something like this, I want one too. If it's not, relationship ain't rocking. Which makes you want to say, well, after tonight, this is a wrap. And you saying the same kind of a little bit.
So, well, what I was trying to touch base on, because I had mentioned saying that, yes, there could be a lot of women that are just looking for someone to kind of like, get them the nice life, without them really doing anything. But for me, I feel like, men are like, I have friends that ask me like, oh, but you wouldn't date, this kind of guy. And I was like, yeah, but it's different because I work for my money, I work for my stuff. So if right now I could take myself to Catch or whatever, a nice restaurant, Komodo, whatever in Miami, I don't know, whatever, right? Then I want to date someone that can also give me the same thing that I can do for myself, because I don't want to be able to like limit myself and be like, well, I can't do certain things or go to certain places or travel, because the guy that I'm with can't do that, and I can do that with my girls by myself, so for me it's more of like, I want to be able to do that with the person I'm with. So it doesn't mean that I'm looking for someone that is well off or whatever, but it needs to be someone that complements what I can already do for myself. That's to begin with. But I feel I get what you're saying, that a lot of women, it's like when my dad says a guy here has to work hard for a broke girl. Like, it makes no sense, you know. And I get
like
that.
I didn't think about that like that.
Yeah, that's how my dad basically says it. Mind you, my parents are still together, but my mom works a lot and has worked. But when I was growing up, I didn't see my mom work, you know. Like, my mom was more like a stay-at-home mom, whatever. She had me really 17, like really young. But one thing I didn't like, and I mean, I will tell this to my dad, is I didn't like when he would be like, oh, why'd you spend so much here and there? And I was like, if a man ever tells me that I can't spend this amount of money, like
after having his kids.
Yeah, after having his kids, yeah, I would go crazy. So for me,
yeah, I think it's important to find a man that can take care of you. It's not the end all be all. It's not about how much money you have. It's just being with someone who can provide. I think that's a basic.
That's what a man is supposed to do his whole life.
But do you feel like that you feel like you have to have like a little bit, or like you have, like she's saying, like to have your own thing as well?
I personally have my own thing.
Right.
I like to make my own money, but I want to be with someone, like you said, that complements my lifestyle. Someone that if I'm going to have children with, it's very important that they can provide for me and my family.
I think that's so rare. I think well, obviously you two being superstars, you got head to life, but I mean, I find that I just can't find it. I just find like it's so rare.
But you know what it is too, though? I think that there's also not anything like wrong either with finding a girl that doesn't have like a job or whatever. Because like, for example, I have friends that, you know, were probably modeling or doing something before and then got married and just, you know, are now at home and taking care of the kids, but that's still a job. Like, being a mom is a whole job. Being a wife is a job.
Being a homemaker is
yeah, like, so I feel like maybe I'm not with the whole thing, like, give me this, give me that, and I'm also not doing anything in the house. Like, I think there has to be, you know, there's a reason why at the end of the day, like, you know, if you're with another thing too, some men don't like successful women because
they're intimidated.
Not only they're intimidated, but
they
at
don't
least
feel needed.
Also for me, for example.
I haven't heard that one before. Okay.
Well, for me, yes, a lot of men like to feel needed, actually. Okay. I have a lot of guy friends that tell me, like, I like when women ask me for things or whatever, you know? And me being independent or whatever, like, I would never, like, I feel like that's, like, I don't know, that doesn't go with me. But also at the same time, I know that in other occasions, like when I've dated, and I've dated successful men, whatever, you know, I think it also is, like, there's a lot of compromises, like leaving a lot of my stuff to be following them around, you know, especially if they have a job where, like, they're everywhere all the time. Like, I cannot leave here and there and leave my stuff for anybody, which is the reason why at 27 I'm single, because I can't stop what I'm doing because I have actual goals that I want to, you know, accomplish that I can't just leave behind for somebody. So I think it's just like, I think it really is, when it comes to relationship, one thing that I've realized now is that I think it really is about finding that right person and making it work, but having that mindset of, oh, women just wanted me for the money or whatever, I think that's
a toxic
right
mindset to have also.
But it's true. It's so
not
true.
Always.
Not always, but it's definitely out there.
I think teaching men to not provide for a woman is setting you up for failure.
Nah, I don't think that's all right. So this is me, and you guys might say you're wrong. So if I could like build the perfect woman, she would be somebody who has like her own thing going already. It doesn't have to be like a big bag. It'd be like a little few racks a week, whatever.
That's a big bag.
Whatever.
Women don't make that much money unless they're like.
I'm sorry. A little bit of loose change, whatever. Let's just say loose change, a little bit of loose
to cover
change.
their expenses.
To cover their expenses or whatever, right?
Okay.
I want to come in and upgrade you, right? I want to come in and put you on to like some people who can take you to the next step, but I don't want you around the fucking house all day. Like
I want someone that you can help build. But see,
that's mine. I want to build you up.
But that's why I was saying earlier, like, I think it's about finding that person that works for you, because, like, for example, you might like that, but there's some men that really just want a girl to just be in the house and like not do anything, not have a social life, not have friends, not just be there for them. You know what I mean? Like, so it just depends. Like, there's people for everyone. You know, not that easy to find, but that's why you gotta look for it.
That. I mean, in a previous relationship, he wanted me to be around the house and
not do shit.
Not do anything, but that didn't work for me.
Right.
So,
exactly. You see, so.
But that's what he had wanted.
All right. So if you guys meet like Elon Musk right now, he says, "I want to marry both," and you guys just say, "Stay around the house." Do you gonna say no? What would you say?
I mean, it depends. I mean, it depends. Like, are we like guaranteed or like what's going on?
Everyone has life am I having?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I mean, look, I've been in a position where I did travel with my ex, and it was impossible to work. Like, there was no way for me to make that work and the relationship work, and it gave me anxiety. Like, I wanted to have my own thing. I'm like, what am I gonna do if we're not together? And so I took a step back, stopped traveling with him, and did my own thing.
Okay.
And I was personally a lot happier.
And how was he though? How did he feel?
I don't think he
Obviously, he's
really
your ex,
liked
right?
it. Yeah.
So, I mean, that kind of.
But I mean, you have to have boundaries with yourself and have boundaries with that person.
All right, let me ask the golden question that every guy thinks is the answer is yes, but I don't think the answer is yes. But let me ask: can a man cheat and be sorry? Like, can he come back after you're in a relationship, a year in, he's in Vegas, he had a little bit, slipped up, found out. It was just it didn't mean nothing to him, like emotionally. It was just physically. Can he do that and then come back and still be in a relationship? Yeah.
I think so. What I don't believe.
No, to me, if a woman cheat, that's it. Like, you get the fuck out.
Well, I've let a lot of things slide, so I mean, what I wouldn't tolerate now, I mean, because I did, is if they were having like a whole situation with somebody else.
Okay.
Because that's when like that's a whole thing.
That's a whole thing.
You know what I mean?
Feelings involved.
Yeah, but like a drunk night and some shit happened and you're with your boys and I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm not saying go ahead and cheat on me and do that. No, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but I've also seen friends of mine that got married after and all, and they're in a very good place in the relationship.
It's on the back of your mind though. Don't think there's not to your friends. It's still there.
No, I mean,
yeah.
Even when it's happened to me,
right.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't tolerate it, so I don't even know why I'm saying that. Like,
but
I think for me that's a deal breaker. It just depends also the relationship, how long you guys have been together.
So you're 5 years in, you love him. Y'all talking about marriage. He goes to Vegas, fucks up. He says.
And this is the one time he's fucked up,
one time.
Always.
Yeah.
But is it really the one time, or is it the one time?
Or the one time you got. I don't know. Is it the one time you found out?
I think cheating says a lot about somebody's character,
mm-hmm.
and I think if I can be loyal in an entire relationship, why can't that person? It's really not that hard.
I'm with that. Yeah.
But
I kind of agree with what you're saying though.
I just feel like I don't know, things happen, and I just feel like I've never cheated or anything, but I was in a 4-year or 5-year relationship. I was young, but I mean, I was in a 4-year relationship, and it just got to a point that I was so used to this person that I didn't cheat, but I did entertain other people.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously I broke it off when I felt like that's it. I didn't want to be with that person anymore. But
right.
I don't know. A part of me just feels that sometimes people
Do you feel like you weren't entertained by that person enough though? Like you feel like that was
100%. He was too clingy.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything.
Yeah.
So, I just think I don't know. That's why this was 8 years ago.
But I just want to before we go, I just want to capture how really dope you look right now. Like it's like
these are so nice.
Yeah,
I literally can't even tell where my real hair is.
Both of you came out from the beginning of the show to where we at now. This is the best hair quality in the fucking world.
It's really good. I literally cannot tell what is my real hair, what isn't.
Yeah. And that's how extension's supposed to feel. Like when you go to the salon, that's how tell them bring this. Extension is supposed to feel kind of natural. It's not supposed to be weighing down your hair. It's not supposed to feel like it's light. It's supposed to feel like when you put on a nice top, a nice skirt, nice dress. It kind of fits the body, it hugs the body. That's the same way the way both of you guys' hair is flowing right now. Yeah, I just want to compliment that. All right, now let's swing back to where we was at. Okay, now let me say this from a guy's standpoint. The reason why most 99% of guys don't allow because I'm gonna say this: penetration is not physical; it's mental too. No matter how drunk you are or how high you are, what you're doing. As a woman, because it takes moisture to go in. I mean, real. It takes
cheating out in general.
That's what I'm saying. As a guy, you can't really forgive that because you had to be mentally stimulated to allow it.
Yeah.
Real talk, right?
So you're saying you wouldn't. Okay, so you're saying it's more justified as a guy than a girl.
Damn, you hit me like that. I was saying that, but now I'm glad you said that. I'm thinking about it now. No, you're right. I'm just saying, I kind of on Alison's side saying that if you're in a relationship, that you kind of should curb everything else.
No, 100%. I honestly, look, I'm super against cheating, and I really don't understand why people do it. But I just feel like the more, I mean, I write a lot of music, right? And most of the time I write it based off my own, situations.
Right.
But I also decided to actually even do music to begin with because all of my friends were going through situations so similar that it almost made me lose hope that there's any like loyal men. And it's really sad because I really don't want to be bitter towards that or think that it's okay. But it's like, even the people that I had admired so much that I didn't think ever would, did. And for me, it's like shit. Like, does anybody, you know what I mean? And it's like, is it temptation? Is it? For me though, I just feel like I wish in a happy world, if things were my way, that people could just be honest, and when you're not feeling something, not feeling someone, just walk away from the situation. But I just feel like, especially for men, I feel like we had this conversation with my parents this morning, actually.
Right.
And we were talking about how for men, they could go and cheat and have a whole situation with somebody else, and they won't leave their wife. Why? Because their wife is the one that keeps their clothes clean, their food in the table, all this stuff.
It's
So
financial too.
and financial.
Yeah, that's probably the most part though.
Yeah, but yes and no, because like we were talking about actually an aunt of mine that was getting cheated on, that she was dying to leave, whatever, but certain situations don't let her go, and I'm like, it's so easy. And the guy, my uncle, literally was, well, either you leave or like her leave, not him leave. You know what I mean? He's the one that's making the mistake.
Yeah.
So I just feel like for men it's just so easy. Like, I mean, I can have this and I can have that. When a woman when she cheats, because she doesn't no longer feel for this man anymore. Like she's kind of like two steps, out. And the only reason why she's there is maybe because of finance or whatever, because of comfort, her situation, or years, or what people are gonna say. I don't know. But for men, I just feel like they could be happy with their wife and still cheat. Like things could still be good at home and still like.
I don't think I can do that. If I'm happy at home, nah, I couldn't. Because I kind of go into like.
I don't think it has anything to do with.
I don't think it has to do with them.
Being happy. I think they just do it.
They just do it. It doesn't have to do with the woman they have. Like
It's
maybe
like
that's
it's
cool.
like an adrenaline thing or something.
Exactly.
Or an ego boost.
I think
But
it-
I think it has nothing. I've seen it all the time.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
It's
saying
nothing
it.
to do with how happy
Yeah.
I'm trying to
They're
think
always the
if
ones
we like best
crying,
friends and
This
happy,
is cool that like you're not like that. But I mean, at least clearly
I
she.
see it all the time.
Yeah.
But I see it all the
Oh, if
time.
I'm pissed
like-
at home, then yeah, I'm fucking everything up. Everything I see, I'm mad
Yeah,
now.
but no, but a lot of at least from what I've seen,
But
like
I think to do that, if you're unhappy like, in a situation, to cheat is just like immature. It's like either deal with the situation or don't be with this person.
maybe it might be immaturity. Maybe I've dealt with a lot of immature men.
That's true too. Yeah, I can't see me being like, because I want to be every relationship. I'm bad at relationships, but like every relationship that I had that lasted a long time was like my best friend though. It was like my homie. It was like it was intimate, but we were still, when we go out to like Komodo, we were like friends. Like we would laugh and talk, and we would just get lost in time.
Yeah. Well, they say the best relationships are with your like friends. I've never dated my friends, but I mean, they always say that.
The ones I didn't like, yeah, I was I slid off to the left a little bit because they were making me mad. I felt like.
But see, if they're making you mad, can't you just speak about it and like let it go if it can't work, but cheat on them? Like
I did speak about it. So I had, and we being real, I had this one. This was about 3 years ago, and I was still living in New York at the time, and she was here in Miami. So she came to New York, kind of saw my lifestyle, whatever, kind of got enticed by that. Just real talk. So she was like, I wanted something on my own. I'm kind of inspired by you, whatever. She started dancing. So she got a job at the booby trap. I said, you don't have to do all that. Let me, something else you want to do, like outside. I don't really want guys like doing your thing. So I said, like, I got a little bit of bitterness into me. So I sent one of my friends down there, I cashed out him like $2,000. I said, spend the whole $2,000 on that booby trap tonight. See what she did. So he spent it all on her, and he said, man, your girl was. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna do the same thing. Right?
Okay.
And then because it kind of makes you feel like you're not in a whole thing. And I think like your age, when you late 20s, 30s, you start thinking about long term, thinking about family and children and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where my mom was at, and it kind of hurt me that she did that. So I did that out of hurt, not because I wanted to, just to kind of like get back at her.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think to everything there's like it just varies. It depends. I don't know.
Champagne.
I still think that most men cheat just because they want to.
A percentage
Like-
out of 100, you say 80? More than that? 90?
Yeah, I don't know,
Who do you
80,
think?
90, I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I mean, I feel like we think it's more because the industry that we're in, it's very common. So
Maybe that's
we're
what it
surrounded
is.
by it, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's like that everywhere.
Yeah, maybe not, but I don't know. I grew up in cities, you know, like I grew up in Miami and lived in LA, so like all I've been surrounded by has been those kind of guys
yeah,
anyways.
like in St. Louis, you don't really see that. Like people hold each other accountable, and if you know you're
I need to
cheating
go
on
to St.
somebody,
Louis.
everybody knows everybody, and everyone's hell.
Right.
But here,
Nobody was there.
it's
Do you see yourself staying
people
here
don't
long
have
term?
the same values here.
You would stay in Miami?
For a while, not forever.
Not for- you gonna go back?
Just a little bit.
Or just in the New York
No, probably not. I want to go to New York.
City? Yeah?
Yeah,
The
I would-
winters are brutal. The winters.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, I think I'm gonna ride the winter out here and then go back to New York after
Yeah,
that.
winters are no joke.
Yeah.
Once you get Miami, it spoils you.
Yeah, it's hard to be in the
And
cold.
you were there. Yeah, so. Yeah.
I didn't grow up there though.
Yeah. Did you ever have winter there though? Did you ever come in the snow?
I mean, I've gone, but
Yeah.
not more than like a couple days or a week.
Okay.
Like I saw snow for the first time. I think it was last year.
Okay. Okay. What do you think the number one goal to, like, if you're happy in a relationship, it's 2 years in. I think a year for me is the honeymoon phase. It's like where you
Yeah.
really, right? So what do you think is the key to get past that and to sustain happiness, like in the long term? Like if you
Well, first of all, I always say the 2.5 year mark is like when shit hits the fan. If you get past that, we're like, the 2.5 year is like even when they breathe is annoying. Like everything
Okay.
is annoying. Once you get past that, then you're good. But I think you always have to date your partner and continue to date them like you did in the beginning, and always learning them and always getting to know them. I think a lot of people just get complacent, and then all of a sudden one day they're like, oh, you've changed, but it's like, well,
People change.
you weren't taking the time to get to know me every day.
No,
you
and-
just went and did your thing, I did my thing. Like, you have to continue to date that person, continue to learn them.
is that real though? Like, do people really do that? Like I feel like this is me personally. If we together 2.5 years, do I have to like kind of put on a show to show you that I'm
Not put on a
excited?
show,
No,
but
be
an
you.
effort.
It'd be you.
Like, take your girl out to dinner, like, do nice things every now and then, even just something like buying a Starbucks, just little thoughtful things. like
Yeah.
that.
And that keeps you like enticed. That keeps you still.
Yeah,
Like
it
day one?
keeps you
Of course.
interested
Yeah.
because
Of course, because at the end of the day, like
you don't want to be just have a roommate. Like, you want someone that's still
Exactly.
pursuing you. You have to continue pursuing. My parents have been married over 25 years, and that they always
My
say
parents too.
continue to pursue each other, and that's
Yeah. No, actually, my mom has one thing. My mom has discovered that my dad is masochist. Is that a word in
Okay,
English?
yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
masochist, right?
Yeah.
So like if she would tell him that she was going to like my grandma's house or hang out with a cousin, he'd be like whatever. Like he wouldn't be sweet. He'd kind of talk to her with an attitude, whatever. The moment she would say that she's going out with the girls, or that she's going out to dinner or to lunch or whatever, he doesn't know with who. He's the sweetest guy. He's the nicest guy. He's the whatever. And my mom would literally, she'll be with me. She used to be with me. I was like maybe 15, I don't know. And she'd be with me and we're having like lunch or whatever. And she's like, oh, I'm here with some friends, whatever. And I'm like, you're with me? Like, why are you lying? But I knew that she was doing it because that would make him more like, I don't know. So she always said that. She's like, if you always give them, like always keep them on their toes, they're always going to be like this to you. And it's true. It's worked for them.
So what
And
is
I've seen
it for you? So
the moment she was too nice,
what would be the key for you then to 2.5 years in? Like, how do you stay like this guy's still the one? Like, what would be hers?
well,
is
first of all, I have to be there, but I haven't had a 2-year relationship. I had 4, but that was when I was like young.
Okay.
So, and after that, it doesn't last more than 6 months. So I don't know. But I think, honestly, for me, I think what keeps me in my aura, like that keeps me being me, is when I'm working and doing my thing. Because that's like confidence. It's kind of like when you were saying earlier, like when you look good, you're more friendly or whatever. Same thing. Like when I'm in like my space, like when I'm dancing or doing acting or music or whatever it is, like I'm more happy like as a person, you know, in general. So I could be a better partner or friend or whatever because I'm in a good mental, you know what I mean? So like as long as I'm always in my life doing the things that make me happy, I think that's gonna work with any, you know what I mean? Like
So
I could
you
always
got a
be
number 1 song on Billboard, He's Still Sexy.
Yeah, like that's trust me, when it comes to that, I don't care because I've dated people that I've never imagined that I would date.
Right.
And that shit didn't get me anywhere.
I've been there too.
And I hated it, let me tell you. I actually was more in the shadow than if I would have dated someone that just was probably at the same level as me or you know, because honestly, dating someone.
That happened to me too. Like
Being in the shadow.
No, like dating somebody that you never thought you would date. And kind of like.
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah. So
and
what?
it's kind of horrible.
No, was it?
Yeah, because they.
No, like, okay, I was in the ultimate high. Like, wow, like everything was like, wow, amazing. But I noticed that I was always putting this person like in a pedestal and kind of like
making yourself less. And making
yes,
yourself
like,
more
but not intentionally. Like it was like weird. I don't even know how to explain it, but. And I felt less than. I felt like I was never good enough, and that's why it didn't work out because I was never my best version. It wasn't that that person was making me feel less than; it's that I was making myself feeling less. You know what I mean? Like while everyone else saw me as whatever they saw me, I didn't see myself like that at all. Like.
Yeah, so I had the same, but she was actually a very. I wanted to call her, but she blocked me now. But it was like you. I was on an ultimate high, like. Super high, and then I sobered up and I was like, what are you doing here? And then she was like, you told me I'm your girlfriend. I was like, did I? And then it kind of just went from there. It wound up being the most.
I was figuring it out how like now people just determine their relationship because no one wants to really like.
That's how it literally.
Determine.
I swear to God, that's how it happened. I didn't even know. Like she was in my apartment. I came out of the shower and she was like, you told me we're in a relationship. So I'm like, I don't want to hurt this person, you know. I know when I go out, I kind of act out crazy. So I kind of just like went along with it. And then like weeks go by, I'm like, this is actually a really amazing person. Nobody I would physically ever like approach too sober, but after I got to know, I'm like, I can't lose you. And then that's when I was young. When I was young, I was like one of the bad guys. So I still had like bad tendencies. And I try to tell her I'm older now. You know, I created a new Facebook account. It wasn't me. Still blocked that one. I was just like, oh, it's okay. but it shows you that there are really good people out there, and she helped me mature. Because there are people like you, because she is like a person like yourselves, who's all about herself. She's an actuary. She gets she works for a big company, and just how she sprung up to be successful on her own 2 feet. Like she literally has her own house, her own mortgage, her own car, her own backyard, no kids, like one of the most successful people in her family. And I tried to tell her that was like 10 years ago. I've changed.
Damn, you lost a good one.
Right?
That's what happens a lot of it.
I lost a lot of them. Yeah.
I'm really hoping that the guy that broke my heart really like feels that about me one day. It's like, damn, I lost the real one.
No, I'm sure he's looking at you now like, damn, I fucked up.
No, it was too recent. So.
No? You don't think so?
It was too recent, and that's a whole other drama.
No, I think he still is though. I think when he sees you now, like he sees your talent. Like even I looked at you.
That was like 3 months ago. Like he saw me already like that. Like
he saw you like that.
He met me like that.
Nah, I think.
But fuck him because he didn't. You know.
I'm sure you have a few guys like that. Like I wish I never lost Alison. Right.
I mean.
That hit you back. You don't have like.
All my exes hit me back up.
Do you answer?
No.
No.
I usually don't.
Right? Why?
I might be like, oh, I hope you're doing well, but.
Well, at least you respond. Like,
I don't usually, but
no.
sometimes. I don't have a lot of exes, so maybe 3.
Would you ever give an ex a shot again?
No.
No.
Not one?
No.
Damn, that's cool.
No, there's a reason why they're next.
Yeah.
Yeah?
No.
There's not one ex you would say,
Nope.
That hurts. Because outside of her, there's one that I would just love to have another shot at. And I know I would do it like totally right. Like I would give her my passcode to my phone. I never done that to a girl before.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's how I would.
You should tell her that. Like, I'll give you my passcode.
Like I would delete all my DMs first though. I would delete everything, my pictures and everything, and then say, now you can have it. And then like block all them. But I would do that. But you wouldn't do that to any of them?
No.
Yeah.
We moved on a long time ago.
Yeah. No, and plus I feel like we also outgrow things and people. Like for example, I had my first boyfriend. Every time it didn't work out with somebody else, I was like, should have stayed with him. And like, because I broke up with him, and it really wasn't because of anything. Only it was because I was trying to do my career and he was trying to do his. That was the only reason why we broke up. And then we kind of tried, like a year or two later. But it's crazy how in that little time we changed so much and grew so much that like we just weren't the same people anymore. So like the idea or the person that it works for the person I was, but didn't work for the person I am now, or was in that moment. So I just think that if it was an ex, then it needs to be an ex, because even if it was a perfect relationship and you guys might have broke up because of something simple or, you know, whatever, it just might not work again because maybe that just had like an expiration date. Like that was supposed to be when it was, and that's it, you know?
All right, the last question, before we move on to our next topic, this is the last question on relationships. I'm going to save it to last because I feel that it's the answer is no, but it's the last question. Is intimacy a deal breaker in relationships? Like if a guy's a bad performer, would you still stay with him?
Nope.
No? Oh, when you're a good guy, you can teach him.
Nah, it kind of happened to me already, so no. Nope.
Well, I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to let Alison answer. That's bad, though. That's bad. I'm going to come back. I'm going to let
There's a lot of things to it, too, but like it was a no for me.
I mean, I think you have to. That's a big part of a relationship. If you're gonna be with someone forever.
Right. So you go into a relationship.
Forever. Like you're talking about
Like
forever.
So you would say, all right, it's you really in love with the guy. You go home. 5 minutes later, he's out. Like 5 seconds later, he's out. You say you're saying it's the relationship's over. Like you don't kind of like educate him and teach him. He could really be a nice guy, great at work, great.
You either know it or you don't.
That's not true. That's not always true. That's not always true.
No.
Some guys.
But you could also wait until marriage and then.
No, hell.
Nah, it's been 3 dates right now. We about to something going to happen. Like relationships going. No, I don't think you're great to marriage, but I think a guy can be taught. That's what I think women know. I think a guy.
No, I don't.
You don't think?
I don't think so either.
No.
You know what's crazy? I know
That was a deal breaker.
the guy that I'm talking about that like was bad. Like I know he was bad from the moment like we kissed actually, because it was so sloppy and all over the place. I was like, what the fuck is going on? It was so bad, but the whole thing is just bad. Like maybe if you're good at one thing, but like he was bad at everything.
It doesn't mean that
like,
everything is bad because the kiss is bad though.
No. We got there and
So
it was bad.
It was bad.
And
And you didn't try to teach him.
I didn't like him enough to
So
teach
you
him.
still like him. So
But
do you like him enough?
even if I liked him, like
But that's kind of like.
that's part of it. Like that's part of like she says, forever.
No, I disagree. I think and I'm being real about this. I think there are guys that come from a relationship where the minimum has worked for that situation, right? So he didn't need to be like an expert, or he needs
But
to be.
maybe she's also not experienced anything, and then that could work for that person too.
Right. So that's
But
where
like-
education comes in. You say, look, this not working for me. Like
I can't, only because I'm not that person to be like that vocal about like do this, do that. Like I don't like this. I have a friend that she is, and she's literally been teaching her.
that's bad for a relationship. Then you have to be. I'm being real. You got to be vocal though. You got to be. Nobody knows everything.
No, but my thing is like at least with the guys that I've been with, like I don't have to tell them anything. Like it's just like.
But
Okay. Let me be more specific.
Okay.
There's some guys that are super like they
Yeah.
know what the fuck they're doing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It was
There's
like,
some
oh my
guys that
God,
might
he's
not
bad.
know
Yeah.
like that much, but it's like it's okay. You know, like that's fine.
Right.
But like you don't know anything, like
No, it's just this guy knew zero.
zero. Like
Oh yeah.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
okay, on
And
that-
like I can't walk you through like what am I, your mom? Like your
Right.
teacher? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
You
If,
know,
if he's like a 4 out of 10, 6 out of 10, then I say work with him. If he knows 0, then yeah, you can let him go.
Well, again, like I said, I think that's part of it. And you said, oh, you're in love with this guy. But I think that's also part of how you get, like a lot of, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of women become more attached after they have sex with somebody.
Nah, definitely.
You know,
definitely
so
agree.
if I haven't had sex with you, I'm not going to be in love with you yet. Like I think it's with time and intimacy and
I
more
disagree with
time you
that.
spend.
Or not love, but infatuated with him. Like you could be infatuated.
You could be infatuated with someone, yeah, but I just think that's part of it. Like it's just like I can be infatuated with someone, but if I don't feel all the way there, like then maybe there's not enough connection. I don't know.
I
Because
agree with
I think also like what is really bad. You know what I mean? Like I think also it has a lot to do with connection. Like if you're connecting with someone, if you're with someone that you really,
No, there's bad. There's definitely, you know when
then
it's
maybe
bad.
I haven't had it really bad. I don't know.
No,
Maybe I haven't had
Yeah, you
that.
definitely know when it's bad.
Because the only person that I said was bad is mostly because I also didn't really like that person.
Oh, okay.
So maybe that's what it is.
No, there's like a I don't like you bad, and there's like outside of like I like you physically. This was bad.
Oh yeah, but I wouldn't be able to teach somebody like.
Okay. Well,
No, I think.
I have as a woman, and she said I'm not experienced. I've only had 2 partners.
But I think as a man, teaching a woman is more normal, I feel like, than a girl telling like a guy. Shit, even
In today's time, in 2022, with
if
OnlyFans
anything,
and
I would
everything,
feel kind of bad, like me having to teach the guy. Like,
I think every guy is looking for like that seriously porn star wife, like not in the street, but like she's a businesswoman in the street. Like she can carry a meeting, she can do a boardroom, she can write her own songs.
yeah, but if he's not
But
like
when
that,
she
how
come
can he
home,
expect to be?
no, I'm on the opposite side. Like I'm in today's time with social media and everything, like you can just Google and just learn shit right now.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why it's weird for a guy to not really know what they're doing. Like, if they're
Men
bad,
don't pay attention though. Men have a short. Women are smarter than men. That's really just to the point.
Yeah, but we're not here practicing. Like, okay, I saw so and so do this. Someone like it's not like that.
But they are though. but they should be. A man.
I think also like if guys are gonna do that, like also keep in mind like porn's not real.
No, not like that. Not like that. That's not what I mean. I mean, like every guy wants like a successful woman in the public, but at home, they really want you to like come like
be a freak.
Right.
That's cool. But
Right.
I'm saying like you were saying that a guy can we be with someone that doesn't know what they're like that is just bad, right? And I just said no, like. That's a no. And I wouldn't teach that person because, like you said, there's 1,000 ways to learn. Why do I have to be the one to teach you?
I mean, that's everybody has their. I mean, I'm with you.
Like, I think it's just, it's very specific. And let's say I have, like, a certain thing I like.
It takes away your feminine energy, like.
To teach somebody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More masculine, like.
Okay. But what if he teaches you then? Is it still feminine? Is it?
I don't think we talk.
Oh shit.
I don't think we talk.
Cheers.
Just saying.
No, but it's true. Like, that's kind of weird. You're either good or you're not. You're like, you know what you're doing or you're not. Like,
Okay.
I don't know. That's how I feel about it.
I think that was how.
I mean, people either like.
I think you know where that comes. You know where that comes in when people are just having sex just to have sex with whoever. Because, like I said, going
I
back to
think
what
we
I said,
should grow for that now.
when you connect with someone, you connect with someone, and it's either good or not. Like,
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, I agree with you. Like I was saying before Alison hit me with that. I was saying that I had somebody who had 2 partners, and she was inexperienced, and she was saying that I want to be open, I want to learn, so we kind of went through it and everything progressed. And I think a man could, since I did that only one time in my life, I think a man could be taught the same thing if he's open. That's why I disagree, but I agree with what you're saying though. Like you're saying, like a woman wants to feel feminine, she wants the kind of guy to come in with the same experience, come in with the same.
I like men that are very masculine. So like I want a man that's gonna take initiative.
See, I take initiative. I call it 25 out of 100. So I take a quarter, and then I see what she's going to do to see if it actually is going well. See, I take initiative. I call it 25 out of 100. So I take a quarter, and then I see what she's going to do to see if it actually is going well.
It depends on the person.
Right.
I personally like a man that takes initiative.
You never take the lead though? Like never take initiative?
Yeah, but if I'm looking for someone to marry potentially, I want someone
A man to be a
that's
man.
very masculine. Yeah,
But shouldn't it be
masculine.
like 50-50 though? Like maybe one day there, one day. It's gotta be him all the time? Every time?
wait, but what?
Like
I'm
initiative.
talking in general, all around.
All around. Okay, so if y'all watching Netflix in the bed and he's like, man, I really want to, but I don't really know. Like, you don't want to take initiative sometimes?
Oh no, yes,
Yeah.
but I thought you meant like that's fine if a girl or if a woman, whatever, wants to take initiative. That's fine. Like,
At least sometimes, no?
Yeah, no, I just mean like in general. Like
In general, yeah.
personality
Okay,
traits.
perfect.
No,
Yeah,
exactly.
in the
I agree
beginning.
with her.
Teach
In the
somebody
beginning, yeah. Okay.
Anything.
how to
Right.
be a man, like I wouldn't be.
Right.
It's just,
You know, like
it's
I
not
think.
masculine enough for me.
No, and I think that stage of like building a man, like build a man, is past. Like
Right,
if maybe
right.
I was 23, 24 and I'm teaching my 23, 24-year-old boyfriend who's also young, who doesn't have much experience, you know what, I would like for you to open my door, or I would like for you to do this.
Oh,
or,
yeah, you
know
passed
what I
that.
mean?
Yeah, we too grown for
But
that. He
we're
got to know
way
that
too
by
grown
now.
for that.
Yeah, we too
Exactly.
grown for
So
that.
like
Yeah.
including with
I
sex,
agree
like
with that.
I don't have to tell you, do this, do that. Like I like, I can tell you what I like,
Right.
but not tell you how to do certain things.
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
you either know it or you don't, and if you don't,
Yeah,
this might not
we
work for
grown
me.
now.
Like,
you
know what I mean?
You got to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
But let me go back to where my point kind of veered off. But okay, spontaneous initiative, is that's something that's long term? Like you think that's okay? Are you Like,
I mean, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not saying
Right,
never.
'cause that's a no-go
I was
for me.
referring to, like, if
What about
need
you?
to train
Yeah.
somebody how to be physical with you.
That's
it's
a no-go.
It's just like.
Yeah.
Agree to disagree, but okay. Okay, we off that. All right. So we're gonna wrap this up just with we got goals. We get ready to do this awesome photo shoot. We see how the women came in and where they are now. Killed it. All right. So I want to go with each one of you and ask this question. So we're gonna start with Alison first. Alison, your secret to success to women that follow you and that are looking to achieve their goals, what would be your secret to them?
Well, my biggest thing I always say, and I tell this to all my clients too, is close mouths don't get fed. I said that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Always ask.
Speak up.
Always go for what you want, because if you don't, you're never going to get it. You're just going to sit there and want it, but you're not actually pursuing that. But I think also at the same time, simultaneously, you need to pursue something that is your passion, that you feel like is your purpose in life. Because if you're just doing stuff willy-nilly because everyone else is, or you want to get followers or be famous, it's not going to work, because it's not for you. Whatever is your purpose and your passion, you're going to do well at.
All right, and for you, obviously with all that success, your massive following, all your skill set as an artist, as a performer, as an actress, as a dancer, and surprisingly, as the bars you got, what would you say? what would you say to somebody who follows you right now, looks up to you, and is looking to become the next you? What secrets would you share to them?
I would say to not limit themselves, because a lot of people want to put you in a box and tell you can only do one certain thing. And I feel like, if you have a passion for something, just go for it. It doesn't matter. Block out all the negativity, everything that people say. And it's okay for those moments that you do get down, but to make sure that, you let, like she said, let your passion drive you, because that's what's really going to kind of lift you up when you're not feeling the results coming in, or when you're not feeling your best. But never give up, keep going. Doesn't matter, the bumps in the roads are supposed to happen. Everything that comes up must come down. It's always gonna be like that. Everyone has their moments, and just be patient and wait for yours.
All right, hey, cheers to everything. I wanna close this out by saying the hair. This is the number one quality. Might not be the most recognized brand right now, but when it comes to Aqua, the quality of the hair is the best in the globe. You can see the way these women transformed when they came in to where they are now, and we stand by that. It's quality over quantity, and I wish everybody success out there. That's it. All right.